On the 28th of April, Rocket League officially released their easy anti-cheat update, completely changing the game forever. With the most positive effects being seen in the pro scene, with pros actually being able to play Rocket League again and improving at the game. Before this update was released, a lot of times what pros would run into if they tried to play some competitive games, including 1v1 duels, is that they would run into bots, meaning players that are so good at the game that they can predict moves and make the best possible move in their position to win games. This would make the games incredibly unfair to the point it's just impossible to plain out win against them without having to use some weird strategic so you can gain the upper hand in the matches. And after this update, that issue officially got fixed, meaning that now pros can play competitive again. While this part of the update is really good to see and that pros are able to play again, the people that got the shorter end of the stick are definitely the newer players to Rocket League. I want to first tell you about my Discord server. We are trying to build one of the most committed and active Rocket League communities in the entire game. If that interests you and you want to be part of a community that tries to improve every single day at a game they love, link to the Discord server is in the description. Because one tool that every Rocket League player needs and used every single day when it came to improving at specific skills or mechanics they wanted to learn was BakkesMod. With BakkesMod allowing you to load plugins, specific mods, or changes to your game so you can improve a specific mechanic you have or doing specific other things to really improve at the game, which completely now doesn't work anymore. The only way you can use BakkesMod is by loading into an offline version of Rocket League, meaning you're not able to play multiplayer of any sorts at all. If you go on the official BakkesMod website and scroll a bit further down, you'll see a message saying an end of an era. BakkesMod is sunsetting, meaning that BakkesMod is probably not going to get updated any longer, which they say right here. BakkesMod started in 2016 as a one-person side project and ended up running on most of our PCs. Custom training, free play tools, dolly cams, ranked overlays, the SDK that let any of us write a plugin. None of that came from Psyonix, it came from Bakkes and the people who build it on top of his work. What it means for all plugins. BakkesMod won't be getting any more updates. Anything that needs the BakkesMod injector to work is going to start breaking as Rocket League changes underneath it. Plugins uploaded before today have a warning on their page so nobody installs something expecting it to still run. What happens to this site? It stays online. We're also opening it up. Any Rocket League mod is welcome now. Not just BakkesMod, plugins, uploads published straight away instead of in a review queue. The wiki, maps, cars, and tutorials are all still here. Cheats and malware are still not and never will be allowed, meaning that for BakkesMod's future, they're not going to be releasing any updates anymore. It's very likely that we won't be seeing BakkesMod make a return very, very soon, unless this changes, which it will very likely not. So what does this mean for new Rocket League players? You won't be able to learn the mechanics and the skills that you originally wanted to learn. So meaning if you wanted to learn air dribbles on a rings map, or if you wanted to learn how to even speed flip in a training pack from Musty, you don't have those indicators anymore that you could have had going into those packs. You won't be able to learn stuff as efficiently as you originally wanted to anymore. Ranking up from now on is going to be way harder than it ever was before, especially when it comes to learning speed flips or air dribbles of any sorts. If you don't have a Steam account, you do not have access to workshop maps. The one fortunate side with having a Steam account is that I can play Rocket League with workshop maps. So if you have a Steam account with Rocket League installed, then you should be fine. You're able to play with workshop maps and still somewhat have a chance to improve at the game, play custom maps, and run the trainings that you want to. If you don't have a prior Steam account with Rocket League, you are just not able to get the game anymore. You're not able to get the game on Steam anymore because Rocket League unlisted it after switching it to Epic Games, meaning that you can only play Rocket League now on the Epic Games launcher directly. For other players who are on Epic Games at the moment are completely left with nothing. The only thing you have now to train is the free play, training packs, and maybe the occasional private match with a friend of yours that's maybe more high ranked or so on. While working on this video, I sent a message inside of my Discord server where we're trying to grow one of the most active and committed Rocket League communities in the entire game. And I asked one question specifically. Did you find an alternative to playing custom maps or workshop maps on Rocket League via Epic Games Launcher? And how easy anti-cheat affected their Rocket League experience? Where I got two answers that got my attention. One of my members, SlickCRL, shared a Reddit post where they described how you can swap one Rocket League map to another, meaning that you can replace a map, for example, like Rocket Labs, with a custom workshop map instead. But one thing becomes very obvious very early on, that being that the process is super complicated and hard. This is where another Discord member, Bilo, stepped in actually to help out. Bilo used Python to make a very generic app for you to be able to swap out maps a lot faster and easier. This is still currently a work in progress, but it's already looking really, really good. So if you want to join a community like this, then make sure to join down below. There's a link in the description to my Discord server. You're still able to improve at the game, no doubt at all, but it will definitely now be harder than it was before. While a lot of pros are highlighting the good parts of the game, it's also important to mention some of the bad things that are coming now with the easy anti-cheat update. This update is not the end of Rocket League, and it's not the end of players. Players will find a way to still improve at the game, no questions asked, but it definitely does put a wrench in their plans, with it now being way harder for them to rank up. But instead of talking about that, let's talk about some alternatives. There are some people currently working on mods to bring back custom maps to Rocket League players. While not the perfect option, people are trying to find a workaround allowing players to play custom maps, because for people on Epic Games, you just don't have access to custom maps anymore outside of training packs. But one thing that is still certain is that this isn't over. There is devs currently on BakkesMod's side still working on some sort of mods that allow you to still play on custom maps with your friends and so on. Custom maps played an essential role for improving at the game. Unfortunately, besides that, you don't have any other option to improve at the game. All you have now is trading packs. That's everything for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.